Welcome to this video on what expenses can be claimed for EMDG. My name is Eric Anderson and I'm from grandcentral.com.au. The information in this video is applicable for the 2012-13 and 2013-14 financial years. To be able to claim EMDG for a promotional activity, you must have spent the funds to seek out, create demand for, or develop an export market for your product. You have to be the intended principal in the export transaction. That is, you have to be the exporter. You cannot be an agent. You must have paid the expense during the financial year, i.e. it's got to be taken up as an expense in your P&L, and it has to also reflect as an expense on your bank statement. You have to receive the item that it was paid for. You have to have evidence of the expense and what it was incurred for. That is, you'll need to provide invoices, bank statements, etc. There are 9 categories that you can claim expenses under: overseas representative, marketing consultant, marketing visits, communications, free samples, trade shows, advertising and promotion, overseas buyers, and patents and trademarks. We'll now look at these in more detail. For overseas representatives, you can claim all reasonable costs that you will pay to have an overseas-based representative who can be an employee or a third party, act on your behalf on a long-term basis to promote your product. Long-term would tend to be longer than 12 months. You can claim the portion of the fee or expense paid to your overseas representative that relates to the promotion of your Australian products. You cannot claim the costs of non-promotional activities such as supplying after-sales service, post-contractual training, sourcing of products, arranging clearing, warehousing, collection of goods, importing or promoting products from other countries, and administration like following up on payments. This category is capped at $200,000 per application. Under the marketing consultant, you can claim the cost of engaging an arm's length consultant to undertake export market research or marketing activities. These would be typically short-term activities. This category is capped at $50,000 per application. Under marketing visits, you can claim the cost of travel during the marketing visit, for example, airfares, taxi fares, car hire, departure taxes. An allowance of $300 per day is claimable for overseas marketing visits to help defray accommodation, entertainment, and meals. The allowance of $300 a day is limited to 21 days per trip. You can have multiple trips. If a trip is for a mixed purpose, i.e. promotional holiday or promotional and post-contractual work, the cost of the trip will need to be apportioned. The 21 days can be applied for marketing purposes, even though the trip may be longer than 21 days. With respect to communications, don't even worry about trying to claim this. Austrade will apply a value equal to 3% of the actual expenditure of the other categories and add it to the total at the end of the application. With free samples, you can claim the manufactured or bought-in cost of providing free samples of the product you are promoting for export. It is critical that it has to be an exact copy of what you will be selling. You can also include the postage and freight costs. If you're a tourism operator, there's a whole section for free accommodation and meals provided. With trade shows, you can claim the cost of participating in an international trade fair, seminar, in-store promotion, international forum, a private exhibition, or similar activity. You can claim the cost that it costs to participate. For example, entry fees, stand rental charges, hire of TV, hire of desks, and the cost of freighting your promotional materials to the trade fair, and the cost to freight it back to Australia. In the advertising and promotion category, you can claim the external costs of promotional material, such as brochures, videos and DVDs. Advertising, this includes online advertising such as on Facebook and Google, and website development for international markets. You can't claim the internal costs such as wages of staff who are doing it. Overseas buyers, here you can claim the cost of bringing potential buyers who are non-residents of Australia to Australia for an approved export promotion purpose. You can claim up to a maximum of $7,500 per buyer per visit, and an overall maximum of $45,000 per application. With patents and trademarks, you can claim the payments made to third parties, for example, patent and trademark attorneys, for the grant, registration, or extension of the period of registration of intellectual property for countries other than Australia and New Zealand. You can also claim the cost of insurance premiums paid for protection against possible infringements in countries outside of Australia of eligible intellectual property. This category is capped at $50,000 per application. If you need any further information on what expenses can be claimed for EMDG, please do not hesitate to contact me on the following contact details. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.